Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and today we are checking out The Time I Have Left. Now, we first saw this game over a year ago-ish, and it was during some showcase? I don't know which one anymore. There's like 50 showcases that happen every year between PlayStation State of Plays and the Game Awards and Summer Games Fest and Gamescom and Tokyo Game Show and Nintendo Directs and the Future Game Show and the Future Games Direct, and there's so many, okay? This was shown off at one of them. I don't remember what it was shown off at anymore. But there's only two trailers. The first one from a year ago that I thought looked awesome, and then a new one that just came out at Gamescom, like yesterday. So I was like, sweet, I have been so interested in this game. I really want to see the new trailer. Now, while we normally make videos for games that are coming out in like the next week or two, this game, I believe, currently has a 2024 release window. So it's a little ways out, but it's something that I am personally excited about because this game feels like if you took the idea of like Parasite Eve, crossed it with a relative art style of like Sin City, and then put some really interesting like metaphysical horror shit into it. Definitely looking forward to this game. Obviously want to talk about it. Obviously want to watch some stuff about it. So we're going to rewatch the first trailer that's available for the game, and then we'll watch the newest one. So, let's get started. It was even longer ago than I thought. It was from March of 2022. It was like a year and a half ago. See, it looks like a great time. If I remember right, the combat is like turn-based RPG style mechanics. Like very Parasite Eve. I think when we checked this out before, I even like went onto their webpage to read everything I could because the visual style and the art direction for this game were so appealing to me that I was like, please give me more. Like, what can you possibly feed me more of? To the point that we were like going on here and like trying to read through the words on the left side just to like get a better idea of what was happening. Do they still have... Oh, no, maybe it was on the Steam page. So there is another trailer that we'll check out in just a second because it just came out. Wow, the screenshot's so tiny. Why is it so small? If I go like this, they'll get bigger because Steam's just weird that way. So it's just got this really lovely visual style and also just this nice, real unsettling style, design. Yeah, see, there's at least at some point a rendition of the UI that was going to be in the game. It's obviously still a work in progress. I mean, they got a ways to go, but there was just so much that was going on here that just like felt like such a good vibe. I think this was another good one that showed off like some of the UI elements and stuff. So you can see how it's kind of like almost a turn-based RPG looking approach. Like you almost got like that Persona style where your character's in the foreground against the enemies in the background and stuff. Super, super cool. All right. But we'll actually see what's new in here because I do believe that this is going to explain the hook for the game as well. And the hook to this game is probably going to throw off a whole lot of people. If they don't explain it in this trailer here, I will explain it, but given that there's a big giant number 6, I think I think they're about to explain what the hook is. So here we go. Oh man, look at how much the quality has improved. Damn, that looks fucking cool. I love this art direction so much. Man, that's so cool. Okay, so if it wasn't clear, I'm going to turn this down a little bit because I'm going to slow down the playback speed a little bit while we talk here. And YouTube audio just sounds terrible slowed down. So the thing is that they called this a time-driven adventure plus RPG game. And in these opening scenes, I have it slowed down to 50% speed right now. They are being very literal when they say, in 6 hours, you will be dead. What will you do before the end? And if you look in the top right corner over there of when they're actually like moving about in the game and there is like UI and like you can see that it's not just a cinematic angle, there's a timer. You have a limited amount of time in this game. It is like a definitive amount of time. Like it's not like one of those things of like, oh, you only have 6 hours before you're dead and the game's gonna be, 80 hours long or whatever because that 6 hours is stretched out really far. There is a defined time limit and the game will end. And they have had a lot of criticism tossed at them on Twitter over this. And they're like, no, this is part of the creative design of the game that we want to make. We're not backing down from this. Like, we understand that this might be an aspect of the game that pushes people away from our game. And we understand that. But the very definitive time limit that exists in this game, you have 6 hours, will completely warp your perspective on the game, like while you're playing it, because in combat, the timer still ticks down. The timer doesn't stop ticking down. I mean, it stops if you like turn the game off and stuff like that, but they are very committed to it, right? And I think that that's really, really cool. Because it means that they really heavily restricted themselves into a design space, into a game that needs to be in some relative form completable within a 6 hour time limit. If it operates on like the way of like the Outer Wilds, which is a 22-minute cycle, maybe there is like a reset effect of like, if you don't beat the game in 6 hours, like maybe you get some sort of advantage or something like that in your subsequent run. But the idea still exists of that is the design space that they have placed themselves inside of, which is a very unique limitation because it's not just a matter of, hey, we want to make a game that's no more than like 6 hours long. We're trying to make a game that can't be more than 6 hours long. And when you have that type of mechanic of this timer in the corner that is ticking down against you, that is going to influence other design aspects of the game, which I think is super, super cool. I love turn-based RPGs. I love the aesthetic of this game, the art direction of this game. I am very excited about this game. I'm very interested in playing it. I wish it was out sooner, but obviously I will just happily wait for it. It's coming out sometime in 2024. It's been on my wish list since the very moment that I saw that first trailer, and I will happily be buying this and playing this day one when it does eventually release, and we will be playing it on stream because this game just is ticking so many boxes for me in an environment of video game releases where nothing is ticking off any boxes because there's so many games coming out all the time, and a lot of them look anywhere from to pretty damn good, but not many of them stand out, okay? And it makes me think of a game that I played recently that stood out, and it was a very heavily stylized, focused indie game, and that was Signalis. And Signalis was just like this really beautiful, standout indie game that was really unique in a way that I hadn't seen a lot of games manage to do, and I feel so very similar about this game. And it makes me look forward to this game immensely because, one, it just looks really freaking cool. Turn-based RPGs are some of my favorite games of all time, and it's operating in such a unique design space that I can't help but be really excited for it. So whenever the time I have left arrives in 2024, I will be very excitedly waiting for it. Games with time limits stress me out. I like to explore too much. I 100% understand, and that's some of the pushback that they've been receiving. Vanishar was like, they're like, because it's 6 hours. Like they have committed to that aggressively in their communications, and if that means the game isn't for you, the devs understand. They're like, sorry, we didn't make the game that for you. You know, maybe go play Dragon Quest or Parasite Eve or whatever, right? And so, like, yeah, it's just cool, especially when it's definitely such a commitment for them. So yeah, that's the time I have left. We will absolutely be checking it out again because we'll do another video just like this. We're going to rewatch these trailers when we get closer to the game's release, and I will definitely be looking forward to playing it. But let me know what your thoughts are. How do you feel about the game having such an aggressive time limit and not just the of the Outer Wilds, where it's a 22-minute limit, but you are meant to be going through it again and again and again? I don't feel like this game is designed in that same aspect and way. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about a game telling you, no, you've lost, start over from the beginning? I would love to hear your perspective and opinion on that. How do you think about the game's art direction, its style, its approach? Leave all those thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to keep up the conversation elsewhere, you can join us on stream because this video is recorded live on Twitch and I would love to see you there. But if you want to hit us up elsewhere, where we are on most social media, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram, Discord, pick your poison and find a link to it down in the description below. But that's all we have. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. If you watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.